Did you celebrate with the Irish yesterday? All eyes on Fed Wednesday, and lots of measurement reports are on Wednesday and Thursday. Today is March 16th, and you're listening to the Arbitrage Trade Weekend News. I'm your host, Darin Harper, bringing you 3 things you need to know for this weekend and 3 interviews, which are Unlocking the Palette of Dreams, Surf's Up Dude, and Financial Deep Dive with Daniel, Understanding Interest Rate Swaps, a comprehensive guide. Also, check out the winner and loser this week in the market. The 10-year ran up to over 4.3, and WTI crude also jumped up over $80. Here's 3 things. The National Association of Realtors have agreed to change some rules. Agents' commissions will no longer be included on the listings to try to keep brokers from pushing more expensive listings on customers. The rule that agents must be subscribed to multiple listing services goes away as well. And maybe the biggest is the standard 6% commission is gone. Cable and satellite providers must now clearly show the total price of a subscription as a line item, which includes anything that is considered an extra fee. The FCC says it will make it easier for customers when comparing costs of the providers of streaming services. And here are the bigs for next week. Monday, it's Eurozone CPI and the Australia interest rate decision. Tuesday, not a whole lot going on, but Wednesday, UK CPI, crude oil inventories, Fed interest rate decision, and the presser and the projections, and also the New Zealand GDP. Thursday is Switzerland interest rate decision, UK interest rate decision, and the Philly Fed manufacturing, initial jobless claims, S&P Global Services PMI, and existing home sales. And because of all that, there's not a whole lot going on Friday, so Wednesday and Thursday are going to be the 2 biggies. Trade while you're sleeping across time zones with Arbitrage Trade Assist. Sign up today at arbitragetrade.com. Arbitrage Trade is your trusted source for business, finance, and tech info.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably?
It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, Caroline.
Hello, Darin.
Welcome to the studio. This is week 2 of The Cave, I think.
Yes, for me.
Yes, for you, yes. And it's still going great. We're going to talk about dreams this week, unlocking the palette of dreams.
Yes.
That sounds so Disney-like. I'm still catching up on dreams.
Okay.
Because I was so rudely interrupted on Sunday.
Oh, I know, right?
This past Sunday.
Losing an hour of sleep. That was rough.
That was terrible. But I don't remember if it was a color dream or black and white. Whatever it was rude.
Oh, it's totally rude.
So give me a little bit of information here. You're talking about how you can dream in black and white or monochrome or colors, and that's all tied to emotion. So give me a little outline of what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, so this all started, I was telling Royce a couple of weeks ago about a weird dream I had, and he happened to ask me, do you dream in color? I was like, well, yeah, doesn't everybody? And he was like, no, actually not. And so that's what led me to research to write this article.
Wow, we should have a 3-person panel in here today.
We should, right? Pull up a chair. And so I started looking, and accounts of dreams by people living way ago, like Aristotle, Descartes, we're not talking just a couple years ago. They described their dreams as being in color.
Right.
And then around 1900, something happened. People started reporting dreaming in black and white.
Wow. Was there just a Great Depression? What was going on?
Well, so around the 1900s and the mid-century, researchers believed that dreams were by default grayscale. They thought just dreams had changed, where everybody only dreamed in black and white.
So boring.
Right? Well, then dreams started being reported as being in color again.
The Great Awakening, no pun intended.
Seriously, right? That was a good one.
Thank you.
That was a good one. So the study ended up going, there was one analysis from 2008, and it revealed that people who had access to black and white media, so like black and white TV and movies, before color media experience had more grayscale dreams. So if you look at people like our parents' age,
I'd say as they got grayer, they had
more
likely to have grayscale dreams. I'm
dreams.
sorry, I'm full of it today. Go ahead.
That's okay. It must have been that Mexican we had for lunch. So like our parents' age would be more likely to dream in black and white because they grew up with black and white media.
Gotcha.
Well, then if you start talking to some psychologists, they say that colors have long been connected to our emotions, so dreaming in color can reflect your emotional state. So, you know, with imagery and things like that, as with any other symbol, color combined with the imagery can form a more complex meaning. So, for example, if you see the sky and it's green or purple, well, that's not normal. So that may be a sign that some element in your life has been disrupted.
Oh, in your dreams, not
as well.
in reality.
Yes, not
like
in
when
reality.
You're awake.
Yes.
That could be a whole nother issue.
Right. That would be something totally different. Something totally different.
So you're again talking about your emotions.
Yes.
So however you feel is how you're going to dream, possibly.
Right, and how you're going to interpret that dream.
Gotcha.
As well. Gotcha. So then you ask, well, what about black and white? You know, the sky can't be green or blue or purple in black and white. So if you start suddenly dreaming in black and white, it could be that you are experiencing a sense of loss or loneliness. Also, one researcher said that these monochromatic dreams can separate your ego from your emotions, like in your brain. And so it can be a way to almost look in as a third person looking in on your life. It removes that emotional turmoil, and you may be able to process what's going on a little bit better if you dream in black and white for that.
So our body and our mind are protecting us.
Yes. And I mean, as they do in several different things, not just in dreams, but also with memories and trauma response and things like that. So our dreams may be connected with that as well. And even whether we just dream in color or black and white.
Wow. That's awesome that our body does that. I keep learning new things every week about what our bodies do subconsciously that we don't even know.
Right. I just assumed everyone dreamed in color. I didn't know there was a difference.
That's right. Well, I know you got to get on the road here pretty soon, and I'm going to let you go so you can get ready for your trip. And
yes, hopefully I have some good dreams in color.
But you'll be in a hotel room or at somebody's place, and you may not sleep as well, so you might be sleeping in black and white.
Maybe so. Oh, I hope not. Give me my colors.
May you have colorful dreams the whole week.
Thank you so much, Darin.
Thanks, Caroline. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Women are bad with money.
That's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now,
we've got something to say. Save it.
Save the old-fashioned advice, the empty excuses.
It's all worthless, unlike us. To our fellow females, it is time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Contributing to our futures, investing in our independence.
Until we're no longer
80% more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
So again, we say to that, save it.
The falsehoods, the feelings of fault, then the funds.
Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
Hey, Royce, how you doing?
I am doing very well, Darin.
How's the weather?
The weather is cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Nice. Okay, dude.
Right.
I just curious about your subject this week. It's like surf's up, dude.
Dude, gnarly. Gotta catch some of those waves.
That's all I got.
That's all.
I only watched so much Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Didn't
they say surf's up, dude? Didn't they say surf's up?
Well, I guess in the game they did. Shell shock, surf up.
Anyway, see, I'm already failing as a host, and I just started this.
Yeah,
when you're in the room,
don't give up your day job.
When you're in the room, I'm doing it actually. Okay. So
I guess.
All right. Sorry. So this subject, because I know you surf all the time, and nobody else in our company does.
No, we definitely have no one that can surf.
Absolutely no one who surfs all the time. Okay.
I challenge anyone at this company to a surf off.
That's right. And by the way, look for our deep dive with Daniel later on in the week. Okay. Royce, what did you bring us? You're talking about not only surfing, but a couple of other things that you're trying to compare together. What is this?
Surfing, like basically, I have learned to surf. I have learned to snowboard. And I have learned to skateboard, even pennyboard.
I did not
those
know
are
this.
little bitty skateboards, right?
You took Anthony's board from him?
Maybe.
What is penny board? Tell me. What
A penny board is just a little bitty skateboard. So
Really?
Yeah, very little. So like, it's almost like, okay, you're trying to just show off because those are ones that you usually can do the tricks and flips and they're EDB.
Huh.
It's a penny board.
Okay. Well, you know, you don't know this, but just like I didn't know that about you, but I broke my arm as a kid coming down a very sharp hill and trying to take an immediate right. And so the skateboard took an immediate right, but I didn't. And
So what
I
did you
broke my
turn
arm.
first?
What did I what?
When you were going down and you were going too quickly,
Yes.
did you bring your foot forward and that's why you face planted?
This was
Did you lean into the board too much and did you
40
face plant
years
that way?
ago.
Sounds
Actually, I
like
ended up.
if you
I think
hit
I did.
your
I did
arm-
neither. I think, and I ended up trying to do both, and ended up falling immediately to the right and just broke my arm. My
Ooh,
forearm.
if you fell to the right,
Yes.
yeah, you lost your balance. Ooh. I'm surprised you didn't break her ankle.
It
at
was
that
good
point.
intentions, but no.
Yeah, no.
So there's a difference in all as far as weight transfer and stuff like that, right?
Definitely, and it's not the same. Like I
Okay.
thought.
If you're great at one, that doesn't mean you're great at the others.
No, I learned to surf in Sacramento in I want to say 2001 ish.
Wow.
And 2003, I tried to snowboard. I think at the I was just after the Winter Olympics at Lake Tahoe.
You were inspired.
I'm like, hey, I got this. I'm young. Let's go. They are nothing alike.
Well, I hope you never watched the X Games then.
I have never watched
that's
it.
a good thing, or else you might not be with us right now.
Let's go.
You'll have to look that up later.
The hardest part, and the most humbling, right, is when, like, you know, this little 5 or 6 year old person just goes whizzing by on a snowboard, and you're like, and you go, and it's like, Dad, what's wrong with him? He biffed. Everyone biffs every now and then. I'm like, what the heck is a biff?
I was going to ask.
And why are you looking at me?
What the heck is that?
But it was fun. It was definitely fun. If you've never tried, you definitely, it's great to go with a group. So that way you all can learn together. Or sometimes there are instructors up on the hills to show you. And definitely for surfing in California, you can most of the time find a trainer to actually improve your surfing much faster.
Yeah, I've seen those movies about the trainers of snowboarders. And
Not snow. I said surfing.
Surfing.
For the record.
Okay. All right.
For
There
the
we
record.
go. There we
sir.
go. All right. So there's a learning curve difference in all 4. Did you give here? Snowboarding, skateboarding, and surfing.
Yep, that's just 3.
3.
But 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Okay, Meatloaf. Okay, Meatloaf. So.
But I won't do that.
You're gonna keep it on. I don't think I have any more. Bottom of the night.
Let me sleep on it.
Bottom of the night. I don't know. baby. All right.
See, who's Meatloaf
It's
now?
a good thing I can edit out a lot of this stuff if I choose to, or not.
Boy, here we
if
go.
I choose not to. So, kind of give me a wrap up of what you're trying to tell us here. Besides the fact that they're all different, and people shouldn't assume that if you can do one, then you're perfect for doing another.
Well, my thing is, if you're going to try any of these sports, make sure your bones will support you. It's a balance game. All 3 of them require balance, and it's not the same balance. So just because you may be good at one, don't try to show off on another if you've never done it.
So different muscles are used?
Different muscles and different facial crutches and stitches.
Different med centers needed afterwards.
At least on the snowboard you have ice.
Doctor detraction. I do have one quote, even in this subject.
All right, what do we got?
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf.
Absolutely.
Sounds pretty deep, huh?
Yeah.
John Kabat-Zinn, as I always like to give credit where credit is due. That is not me. Appreciate. You're actually going out of town next week, right?
Actually going to Virginia Beach.
Yeah, I thought so. So maybe there's a connection here with that. Are you going to try to sow some old oats and get out there and?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay,
but anything's possible.
We do need you the week after, so please exercise caution.
I'm going to find the biggest. I'm going to hang 20.
Well, then you don't need to be going to Virginia Beach. Then.
No, the waves aren't that big.
That's the wrong spot. Okay. All right, Royce. Thanks for stopping in, and I will see you. Wow, in 2 weeks, but we're going to try to get something done next week soon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, Royce. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually, once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers. He connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, I'm Darin, and I'm with Arbitrage Trade, and I am talking to Daniel, our weekly segment, where basically he does a deep dive on different subjects that have to do with finance, usually. I think that most of them have been. And this week's is Understanding Interest Rate Swaps, a comprehensive guide. So if we do a comprehensive guide, that could be like a couple of hours, but we're not going to do that to you, listeners. We're going to simplify it and make it to where you can just get a very simple understanding of what interest rate swaps are. Daniel, let's talk about, you have to have two sides to every trade. So I'm assuming that that's kind of what this is. You have to have two different people who think that the rates are going to do two different things.
Precisely. So one person has typically a fixed side of the trade, and then another person has a variable side of the trade, is how swaps work in general. And so more or less swaps are used as a hedging device for whichever position either party is in, because they want to hedge against the opposite.
Gotcha. So it's to basically keep that play in a channel, I guess, right? Try to keep it not too high, not too low, but protect yourself whichever way it goes. And I just made a rhyme.
Exactly.
Okay. I did not write that down. I did not. That came out of my head. I'm surprised. So like you said, fixed versus floating. So I guess just a quick talk about that, the differences in the two.
Yeah. So, we'll take it, with interest rates, for example. So you can think of this like a mortgage. When you have a fixed interest rate mortgage, let's say, right around right now, they're maybe 7-8%, depending on the deal you can get. So if you get a fixed mortgage, then you're guaranteed that for the life of the mortgage, you're going to pay that 7 or 8%. Where if you have a floating rate, and in this case, floating rate mortgage, you are paying a particular benchmark. Let's say it's the Federal Reserve's current rate, which is, I believe, 5.25%, and then you pay plus a few basis points. So for a mortgage, it's normally about 3. But with that, as the benchmark adjusts, so no one really sees rates going up from here, but they do see them going down in the future. If interest rates were cut, then you would reduce your mortgage interest rate over the life of the mortgage. So it's variable, hence floating. It can, float up or down.
Right. Like good old ARM loans are fun too.
Exactly. This is the exact thing that, kind of caused 08 was floating. And after that variable rate mortgages, people really kind of stopped going for them because so many people got screwed over when they started raising rates, and then no one could have realized they could afford their 6 homes they owned in Florida. If you've seen the movie The Big Short.
Yeah, well, you can't see me. This is not video yet, by the way, listeners, but my hand rose when you said that as far as the victims. But, you got to be careful what you sign on to.
Yep.
So I was playing it too, evidently, when I signed up for the ARM. But of course,
know your risks.
Exactly. The person selling me the home, though, was obviously pushing it really heavy, just like they all were back then. So who makes money off of these? When you do a swap with someone, I understand the end result is two different people getting what they want, but somebody's got to be there making money off of it. Is it in the spread, or what's how do people make money off of that?
Yeah, well, so it depends on which way the trade goes, right? So if somebody is on the receiving end of the floating rate and they're betting on the floating rate going up versus their interest that they're paying on their fixed rate. So, let's just create an example. Party A has a flat or a fixed interest rate on, let's say, a bond, and they believe the market is going to go up. So they want to hedge that they could receive more money as the market goes up. So they enter into a swap with somebody who has a floating rate bond. And so what that does is that party A, who has the fix, they pay, let's say, a fixed 5% to party B, and party B pays back the interest that is the floating rate to party A. So that if in party A, if party B, they have the floating, let's say rates go up to 7%, now party A is receiving the payment of 7% and paying back 5%. So they have a delta of 2. So they're making a 2% spread on their trade.
There it is. Okay.
And so they're, if it goes up, they're doing great. Now, if it goes down, then party B is receiving the 5%. And let's say, they're now paying party A the 3%. Now they have the 2% delta where they're making more money because they're taking in more than they're paying out.
Gotcha. See, this is where video would be nice because you could kind of do a little chart showing all that. But I hope everyone listening got that and has it in their head what you just said. And I'm rhyming again. It must be a rhyme weekend. I don't know.
This is a week where you might want to read the blog.
Yeah, that's right. We just want to get your taste going, listeners, and then you can continue on with what we start. I appreciate you giving us that information, and while we take a little bit to digest it, is Hopwood Irish?
It's English.
It's English. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But
my mom's side is Irish, but
okay,
my dad's side is English and German. So.
I gotcha. Because the old Danny Boy song. And I thought I won't sing it to you, but Anyway, I hope you have a good weekend. Stay safe. Arrive alive, as they say, if you partake of anything. And I will see you again next week.
Have a good weekend, Darin.
Thanks, Daniel. Bye.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Rome. I've played many roles in television and film, but today I'm speaking as myself about a cause that's very dear to my heart. The Cancer Prevention and Treatment Fund provides free help to those who have cancer and those who wish to prevent it. They've also banned cancer-causing chemicals from our homes and neighborhoods. Your donation makes a difference because 98 cents of every dollar pays for programs and services, not fancy salaries or events. As a mom, I'm thankful that they've helped ban cancer-causing chemicals from our toddler toys and baby bottles. They continue to fight the same fight to keep these chemicals out of our playgrounds, pizza, and soda cans. Please donate today to the Cancer Prevention and Treatment Fund at StopCancerFund.com.
This week's market winner and loser. First, the loser is Altus Power. That's AMPS. They're headquartered in Connecticut, and they develop, own, construct, and operate roof, ground, and carport-based photovoltaic solar energy generation and storage systems. It started the week at $6.75. Then it took a big dive on Friday, hitting a low of $4.31, or a weekly drop of 36% after the earnings release. And the winner is Ranpak Holdings Corp. That's PACK. Headquartered in Ohio, it provides product protection solutions and end-of-the-line automation solutions for e-commerce and industrial supply chains in North America, Europe, and Asia. It started the week at $4.31 and was in the mid-sevens by Friday, making a 75% jump from that low. This was also a pick of the day back on February 21st and featured in our Throwback Thursday segment this week. It continued to climb even after that. Visit arbitragetrade.com and learn about Pips, our AI bot, who lets you stop watching and start living. We are not financial advisors. We just provide a service. Thank you for joining us today for another edition of Arbitrage Weekend News. Log into arbitragetrade.com to read our wide variety of blogs and educate yourself on Trade Assist and Forex trading, or even how to make passive money with our Trade Assist affiliate marketer program. You can even get to know our cute little AI bot called Pips. Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC is a privately held research company. Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC is solely responsible for the preparation and distribution of the contents of this podcast. The opinions offered in this podcast are for informational purposes only and are not intended to function as investment advice. Seek a duly licensed professional for investment advice. For more information about the informational research and services offered by Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC, please visit arbitragetrade.com.